Myself, Dr. W. B. Gunale from Kamla Nehru Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur. Today we are going to discuss the soap and detergent. What is soap? As we know that soap is a sodium and potassium salt of higher fatty acid, which is known as soap, and detergents are similar to the soap. They also can be synthesized, and detergent can be used in place of the soap, and because they have both are having some advantages and disadvantages. Soap is a biodegradable, but detergent is not biodegradable, and so number of applications are there, and both are used for the cleaning purpose. And here both are also, the soap and detergent are the surfactant, and they have some properties. And here we are going to see the what are the types of detergent, and the detergents are three different types, that is the ionic detergent, cationic detergent, and non-ionic detergent. And after that also we are going to see the cleaning action of soap and detergent. So what are the uses, and what are the how they can be synthesized, and what are the applications of soap and detergent, we are going to discuss in today's presentation. So the today's topic is the soap and detergent. And here first of all we are going to see the what is meant by soap. And in this case, as we know, soap are the sodium and potassium salt of higher fatty acids. Substances like soap and synthetic detergent which concentrate at the surface of the solution and or the interface form surface film, reduce surface tension of the solution, and help in removing the dirt and dust by emulsifying grease or called surface active agent, and these are also known as surfactant. So the molecule of surfactant contains two characteristic groups. One is a water soluble, which is known as hydrophilic group, and other is a oil soluble lyophilic group. So two important groups are present in the soaps or in the surfactant, that is hydrophilic and lyophilic. Soap, as we know, soap are the sodium and potassium salt of higher fatty acid like palmitic acid, stearic acid, and oleic acid. They have the number of carbon are 15 and 17, more than 15, that is higher fatty acids. These soaps are generally obtained by the hydrolysis of oil and fats in the aqueous alkalis. This process is known as saponification of oil and fats. And one example is shown here of this preparation of soap, and that is, this is the compound known as alpha palmito beta oleo alpha stearin, which undergo here a reaction with the sodium hydroxide forming the glycerol, and soap is formed, that is sodium palmitate, sodium oleate, sodium stearate. So we get the soap. So this is the reaction by which soap can be synthesized. We can say that this soap formation of soap is known as the saponification of oil and fats. Now in this case, the fats and oil commonly used for soap manufacture are lard, olive oil, linseed oil, moa oil, and coconut oil, palm oil are the examples. Soap contains 12 to 18 chain of carbon atom, have good cleaning action, and soap with 12 carbon atoms are comparatively soluble in water, whereas the soap containing 18 to 22 carbon atoms are not useful as a soap because of their insolubility in the water. Sodium soaps are generally hard, and therefore they are also known as hard soap, and these are used for washing of cloth. Potassium soaps on the other hand are more expensive and produce softer leather, and hence are called soft soap. So sodium soaps are hard and potassium soaps are soft. They are used for making shaving cream, shampoo, liquid soap, like that. And now, as we know, transparent soap are also prepared by dissolving the ordinary soap in alcohol and removing the insoluble part of the solution by filtration and evaporation of alcohol. It gives the transparent mass of the soap. As we know, soaps are 100% biodegradable, that is, microorganism present in the sewage water can completely oxidize soap into carbon dioxide. As a result, it does not create any pollution problems. Therefore, soaps have two advantages. And number one is soaps cannot be used in soap have two disadvantages. They are biodegradable, advantageous, but they have two disadvantages. One is soap cannot be used in hot water because calcium and magnesium ion present in the hot water produce curdy white precipitate of calcium and magnesium soap. And second disadvantage is that soaps cannot be used in acidic solution because acid present in the solution precipitate the insoluble free fatty acids which disturb the fabrics or adhere the fabrics and block the ability of soap to remove oil and grease from the fabric. So these are two advantages, but in the mostly they are useful because it is that is remove the dirt and also biodegradable, 100% biodegradable. And next part is the synthetic detergent. So as we know, nowadays substances which are being largely used as a cleaning agent are the synthetic detergent in place of the soap. So in place of soap, this detergent can be used, and now they are obtained from this synthetic chemical as compared to the soap, which are derived from the chemical which are obtained from natural sources like oil, fats. Synthetic detergent are sodium or potassium salt of long chain of alkyl hydrogen sulfate, alkyl or aryl sulfuric acid. Unlike soap, synthetic detergent can also be converted, that is conventionally used even in a hard water. This is due to the reason that calcium and magnesium salt of detergent like sodium or potassium salt are also soluble in water. Hence, synthetic detergents do not form curdy white precipitate with hard water. They can also be used in acidic solution. However, synthetic detergents have one disadvantage. Unlike soap, they are not completely biodegradable and hence causes water pollution. So this is the one drawback of the synthetic detergent. And these synthetic detergents are three types shown in the slide. That is, one is an anionic detergent, second is cationic detergent, and third is non-ionic detergent. So what is anionic detergent? So here here in case of anionic, it mostly contains the negatively charged ion, and these are so anionic detergent are known as anionic detergent because large part of their molecule are anions. And two types are there. One is alkyl sulfate and second is alkyl benzene sulfonate. So two types of anionic detergents are there. One is alkyl sulfate and second is alkyl benzene sulfonate. So now what is alkyl sulfate? So here shown the reaction also. They are obtained from long chain alcohol by treatment with concentrated sulfuric acid followed by neutralization with sodium hydroxide. And some important example of this type of detergents are sodium lauryl sulfate, sodium stearyl sulfate, and as we know, sodium lauryl sulfate is also called sodium dodecyl sulfate, SDS, and used in the shampoo and cosmetics. So one example is given here reaction that lauryl alcohol react with the concentrated sulfuric acid, and we get here the sulfuric acid group attached here and water get replaced here and we get lauryl hydrogen sulfate, and after that reaction with sodium hydroxide we get sodium lauryl sulfate, and these sodium lauryl sulfate are 100% biodegradable. So these are alkyl sulfate obtained, so we can say that sodium lauryl sulfate is obtained by this reaction, and first of all sodium lauryl sulfate and sodium stearyl sulfate obtained in this way. That is, the reaction take place between the alcohol by treatment with the concentrated sulfuric acid and followed by the neutralization with sodium hydroxide. So this is one example of sodium lauryl sulfate is obtained and which is 100% biodegradable. And second type is alkyl benzene sulfonate. And in this case, these soaps are detergent. This detergent obtained by conversion of benzene into long chain alkyl benzene, followed by sulfonation and neutralization with NaOH. The most widely used domestic detergent is the sodium para-N-duodecyl benzene sulfonate, which is shown here, and it is prepared preparation of this compound is shown here. So this is the compound commonly used, sodium para-N-duodecyl benzene sulfonate, and it is prepared in this way. So benzene react with this, undergo acylation, and in the presence of anhydride, and then this benzene attached here in this way, CSC-CH2 10 and COHCl is replaced, and this ring is get attached here. After that, in the presence of zinc amalgam, HCl Clemmensen reduction, so here we obtain this type of compound, and after then reaction is undergo sulfonation. Here we get a duodecyl benzene. After sulfonation we obtain this compound sulfonic acid, and after that reaction with sodium hydroxide, water get replaced and we get the sodium para-N-duodecyl benzene sulfonate. So in this way this compound can be synthesized, and this is the reaction of alkyl benzene sulfonate. And here this is the first type of synthetic detergent, and second type is the cationic detergent. These are quaternary ammonium salt, that is chloride, bromide, acetate, etc., containing one or more long chain alkyl groups. These are also known as invert soap, as their surface activity is due to the positive ion and not to negative ion, as in case of the alkyl hydrogen sulfate detergent. It is more expensive than the anionic detergent, and therefore they have limited use. It is also a good cleaning agent. They have germicidal properties, and therefore they are widely used as a germicide in the hospitals. So cationic detergents are costly and can be used also as a germicide. An example of these cationic detergents are being shown here. So this is the compound one, and having the cationic positively charged, and name is cetyl trimethyl ammonium chloride. Another is aromatic. This is alkyl benzyl dimethyl octyl ammonium chloride. So these two examples of these cationic detergents are shown in this slide. And after this one more is there, that is the third number, that is called non-ionic detergent. And these detergents are esters of higher molecular mass alcohol obtained by reaction between polyethylene glycol and stearic acid. And also the reaction is shown, ethylene glycol and ethylene oxide. This is the ethylene glycol and ethylene oxide. So oxygen is here and forming polyethylene glycol polymer. After then it react with there is a loss of water and reaction with this fatty acid, we obtain this type of long chain non-ionic detergent. This detergent have no any ion, positive or negative ions. These may also be obtained from the long chain alcohol by treatment with excess of ethylene oxide in the presence of base. So we can also synthesize non-ionic detergent. And also like alkyl sulfate, ethoxylate is also a biodegradable. Hydrogen bonding to the numerous oxygen atom make the polyether end of the molecule water soluble. The ethoxylate can be converted into sulfate and used in the form of their sodium salt. Some liquid dishwashing detergent are of the non-ionic type. So example is the liquid dishwashing detergent. This type, that is non-ionic type. So these three are the synthetic detergent: anionic, cationic and the non-ionic detergent. And important next slide is what is the composition of this detergent cake. So we can say that a cake of detergent consists of or contain 20% of active detergent and equal amount of sodium sulfate to make the bulk of the powder. About 30 to 50% of the sodium tripolyphosphate is added as an additive. It coordinates with the calcium and magnesium ion present in the hard water and enhances the cleaning efficiency of the detergent. Other ingredients include sodium perborate, which also acts as a bleaching agent, some optical brightener or fluorescence, organic compound which make yellow cloth appear white, some foaming agent can also be used. So this is the composition of the cake, detergent cake. And detergent having branch chain hydrocarbon chain causes pollution in river and other waterways. The reason is that side chain stop bacteria from attacking and breaking the chain, and that is why they causes the pollution. This result in the slow degradation of detergent molecule and to their accumulation. Therefore, unbranched chain are more prone to attack by bacteria. In most of the detergent used these days, the branching is kept to a minimum so that the detergent become easily biodegradable and pollution is prevented. So this is the drawback of this detergent pollution and causes pollution. And here the important part of this soap and detergent is the cleaning action of soap and detergent. And as we know, all the soaps and detergent contain two important characteristic groups: water soluble hydrophilic group and the oil soluble lyophilic group. As a result of, one end of the molecule of soap or detergent tend to go into the oil phase and other end tends to go into the water phase, with the result that minerals material concentrate at the surface of the solution or interface. And here too, here is shown the how this works, how cleaning action of the soap and synthetic detergent. And this here is shown oil or grease part, and this is the shown the polar carboxylate or sulfonate groups, and here is shown the water, how it remove non-polar groups are also shown by the solid. And so two groups are there, non-polar groups, these are solid dot, black dot, and these are the polar carboxylate groups are there. So it remove the dirt, and as we know, the dirt is generally held to a dirt surface by thin film or oil or grease. When the dirt surface is treated with the soap solution, the non-polar hydrocarbon chain of the soap or detergent dissolves in oil or grease, and the carboxylate group of the soap or the sulfonate group of the synthetic detergent is held by the surrounding water, as shown in the figure. This lowers the surface tension between the water and grease, and the result is that stable emulsion of oil in water is formed. When the surface or the cloth is mechanically scrubbed, it loses the dirt particle adsorbed by colloidal soap or detergent particle and wash away the cloth. So this is the mechanism behind this for the cleaning action of the soap and detergent. And two examples have been shown here of this cleaning action. One is here these two examples is shown. This is the lyophilic part and this is the hydrophilic part. Another example in case of alkyl and allyl, lyophilic part, and this is the hydrophilic part. So this is the mechanism and of this reaction. That is again I am repeating that dirt is generally held to the dirty surface by the thin film of oil or grease, and when dirty surface is treated with the soap solution, non-polar hydrocarbon chain of the soap or detergent dissolve in oil and or grease, and the carboxylate group of the soap or the sulfonate group of the detergent is held by the surrounding water, and this lowers the surface tension between water and grease, and therefore stable emulsion of the oil in water is formed, and therefore the surface of the cloth when mechanically scrubbed, it loses the dirt particle and adsorbed by colloidal soap or detergent and wash away ultimately. So this is the important part of this cleaning action of the soap and detergent. So today we have discussed about the composition of soap and detergent, and what is soap and detergent, what is the cleaning action of soap and detergent. We have seen how the hydrophilic and lyophilic and hydrophobic groups are removing the dirt from the cloth, and also we have seen the types of detergent. Nowadays detergents are used in place of the soap, and anionic, cationic and non-ionic detergents are now being synthesized, and we have seen the reaction how it can be synthesized. And here, so detail about this soap and detergent we have seen today in today's presentation.